did.
Dude, your handwriting is like trying to decode Sanskrit, a 10,000-year-old dead language. I mean,
It's awesome because, like, when I go back and try to read it, it's something new for me too.
So are we? We're good to go. I'm actually told we're good to go. Yeah, this, just so y'all know, this is not a test. Well, it kind of is a test because we're testing some systems out, but we are actually live. This is implicit bias. What's the date of today? Is today the 6th or the 7th? I don't even know. Today's February 6th. It's February 6th. I do know that I'm Kavan Bordelon, at least. I do know that the person sitting in the chair on the other side of me, much like this one, he is the rustic renegade, Caleb Morrison. Caleb, it feels like we haven't done a show together in like decades.
It has been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while. 2025 has been an absolute Rochambeau of a year.
Is this the first show we've done together in 2025?
It might be. It
I
might
think it is.
be, which is really insane when you consider we're 6 weeks in.
Yeah, now it's February.
It is February.
We're talking about January.
And look, at the bar, we've got two very special guests. One is returning to the show because she had to take some time off for the greatest endeavor in human existence, which is parenthood. Right? So, Kathleen, thank you for coming back. We're thrilled to have you back.
I'm so glad to be back. I feel like it's been too long, but I'm really glad to be back.
It's been a while. It's been more than the 36 weeks expected, as you would expect, right? But Walker, what are you doing?
Was it Walker?
We're just gonna blame Walker. It's okay. And then the other person over there who's gonna need to scoot into the middle, that is Chef Willie. And the sign behind him is actually his. It is Mr. Lester Steakhouse. That is Chef Willie. He is the executive chef and what now, food and beverage director at Cypress Bayou Casino. It's a pleasure to have you. I'm glad you made it up here. What do you think of our quasi facsimile of Mr. Lester's Cigar Lounge?
It's not. It's not Mr. Lester.
Oh no, it's not even close.
It's a valiant attempt at second place.
Right.
That's all we ask for.
We're perfect.
We are shooting for second place here. I would love to have
You want
another version of it. Cheers, thank you. I would love to have another full-on version of it here in Lafayette, but that's a whole nother ballgame. Okay, so very quickly for this live. First of all, I hope you're out there watching. We hope you're enjoying. We hope you enjoy the show. Follow us, if you would, on Insta, on X, on YouTube, on Facebook, and we're going to bring you weekly whiskeys. You see the whiskeys on the bar. You probably see the whiskey sitting next to the Rustic Renegade, which is a bad idea.
Perfect
to let
spot.
them pour. No, it's just not. We're going to talk about these whiskeys. This is a Wilderness Trail Kentucky Straight Bourbon that is a pick for one of our weekly whiskey partners on the show. And then at the bar, sitting in front of Chef Willie, is just one of the many whiskey offerings that Mr. Lester's has. They had it during January. They're going to have it during February. We got some other really special stuff coming. It's going to be tons of fun. But okay, this is what I want to just put our toes in the water of. We're going like Walker intellect deep. So like not even to the angle. And by the way, people
And
can
no
see
response.
Walker now.
No response
Well,
from me.
and people can see him now, which is the best part.
Oh,
We got a camera on Walker now.
You didn't see that?
Oh no, he saw it. He
I saw
knows.
You haven't seen the one in your bedroom up in there yet.
I was about to say Caleb.
Yeah.
He's dull. He's not blind, right? There's a whole other thing here. We're kidding Walker partially. Anyway, I'm curious, and I want people to lean in here. We'll start at the bar. 2025, as I said, has been a Rochambeau of a year. I mean, we started New Year's Eve here in southern Louisiana. Now, we're in the TSPL, located somewhere in Lafayette. But New Orleans really isn't that far. So we started New Orleans with a truck down Bourbon Street trying to kill people, a truck in Vegas trying to blow people up, and we just went headlong in. We've had multiple plane crashes now. We've had lots of terrible stuff happen, and now we're starting to find out where all our money's actually going. So let's start at the bar. What has 2025 started for you, Chef?
10 inches of snow in Louisiana.
Yeah, well, oh my, don't even get me started on the 3 degrees that we got here that was pipe busting perfection for too many people, including me. So yeah, we got 10 inches of snow. I mean, anything else jump out at you?
Not right now.
No?
Eggs, $1 a piece.
Yeah,
That's my life right now.
there's another one. You know, it's crazy that eggs per pound might almost be what a steak costs per pound in your
Pretty
restaurant,
close.
which is crazy. All right, Caleb, let's go to you first, and then we'll go back to the bar for Kathleen while they change that mic over.
Man, I'm just sitting here trying to figure out what's the most ridiculous thing I've heard yet. And like, look, the fact that we've had 5 or 6 planes crash all of a sudden, that to
Look,
me has kind of stood out.
Probable or
Yeah.
possible? Sure, possible. Probable.
And with it, like you look at it and you're like, well, this can't be happenstance. And all of a sudden, everyone's sucking at their job. No, like I think to me, the sheer catastrophic failure of I want to say combat controllers. What's the civilian?
Air traffic
Air
controllers.
traffic controllers. Same thing, just different terminology. It's just amazing, man. It's people can't suck this bad at their job. They just can't.
Well, what bothered me about that whole thing, and I didn't even get to talk about this, and we're not going to touch on it this week, so I'm going to bring it up now, is that the week before we had the plane crash in D.C. over the Potomac, there's video of a completely remote-controlled Black Hawk helicopter, which means that the flight control systems, the capability is out there to completely override what the pilot's doing. That's scary. That's really scary. And notice, we have never heard who was on that plane completely. We've never heard. I mean, we got the 3 people who were on the
Yeah, we
helicopter,
get the
but
3 service members that were on board.
but outside of that, they've tried to memory hole that whole thing, which is insane. We'll talk about that more later. All right, let's go to the bar for Kathleen. Kathleen, what's jumping out to you? I mean, maybe because you are the real deal, maybe you're going to look at interest rates that have already kind of dipped down just a bit. Maybe that's what's special to you.
Yeah, a little bit, but I'll be honest, I'm so tired having a newborn. Besides the snow and not sleeping more than probably about 3 hours a night, that's what sticks out to me at the moment.
Kathleen, I get it. I absolutely get it. I am not undergoing the trial by fire of sleep that you are, or lack thereof that you are. I remember what my wife went through a lot and what I went through at some stages when our kids were young. So I can only imagine,
Yeah,
especially with everything else the world
everything
has
else,
thrown at
yes, and a 4-year-old on top of that. So
us. Wow.
I love my children, but I don't know what I was thinking having another baby close to 40.
I think the real question to ask too, though, is how's Brett sleeping? Is he?
Oh, he's good.
Yeah.
No, he's a good help. He's a big help.
We
I do
always
take the
forget
nights,
about
though.
that. We forget about that. You know, how's the husband doing in this struggle?
He sleeps well.
You like
But I-
rubbing that in,
Yeah.
don't you, Caleb? You
I know.
really enjoy rubbing that in.
He does a great job. But I do take the nights because I nurse. So
See, at least he tries. Like when we had our last, even for the first, when he would wake up at night, my wife's like, "Look, he's hungry. He's got to do this. You know, just go back to bed." And she'd be like, "No, you don't hear him crying." I'd roll over him. I don't hear anything. So
Yeah, I sleep
You
like
know.
the dead as well. So
Yeah.
no, I chose it.
well, I put the 4-year-old monitor on his side, and I have the baby monitor. So if the 4-year-old wakes up, that's on him.
So here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to go to, for the first time, because I want to reference this while he's on camera and it's live, so we put him on the spot. Walker, you're like 17, so maybe you're dealing with car insurance going up. I'm not sure. What is it in 2025 that's gotten to you?
The Dallas Mavericks traded Luka Doncic
Oh,
to
dear
the
God.
Lakers for absolutely nothing.
Thank you for taking my point and making it for me. The depth, not quite to the ankle. Yeah. Here's
He's
what
plugged in. He's
here's
plugged
what kind of matters to the show and kind of where we are as we start to wrap up this live. We appreciate those out there who are watching. We appreciate you being around. Here's what jumps out to me. Number one, we have been on an absolute tear of straight blue whiskeys here in the Top Secret Podcast Layer presented by Mr. Lester's. And for those who don't know, we rate our whiskeys on the Morse Whiskey rating code, which is red. I wouldn't drink it even if it was free. Yellow, only if it was free. Green, I would seek this out. And blue, I'm sorry, green, I would buy this. And blue, I would seek this out. We have had so many blues in the last couple of weeks. It's not even funny. Matter of fact, you can see that Deep Blue, the implicit bias infinity bottle, is almost full over there because of all the ones that we've had. That's number one. Number two, the speed at which the new administration has jumped in and started absolutely eviscerating
Ooh, good use of
what
the word.
was essentially the deep state slush funds. We are seeing this happen so quickly that no one can keep up. So when you see our content, just know we're trying to keep up just like everybody else, and our goal is to actually get it right, not get it first. But what's really funny is if you follow us here on Insta, if you follow us anywhere else, if you go to Insta though, go back and look at something that was recorded in late January, where we talk about how Washington launders your tax dollars. Follow, like, share. We appreciate everything you do for the show. And catch us anywhere you get your podcasts. We're going to have our weekly whiskey rating on this Wilderness Trail. What is it? 127 proof or 119?
No, this is soft at 117.
117 proof. My eyes from that distance. 117 proof. We'll give you our rating on that. We will help you solve the problems of the world one weekly whiskey at a time. Cheers, because this is Implicit Bias Radio.